Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery, or in this case, the delayed delivery, because honestly, it took me a little bit to organize my thoughts. Sitting at home and watching the game is totally different than being in a journalistic setting on press row and then shifting gears immediately into communicating. Enough of that. I want to remind you, though, that our Elite 8 special is still ongoing. It's going to be an incredible year in K-State sports. Coming up, 50% off an annual subscription. Head over to GoPowercat. I believe that special will end at 11 p.m. on Monday, so get that taken care of. On with the DD, and my thoughts on why K-State lost to FAU, Florida Atlantic, in the Elite 8. And it was a heartbreaking loss for Kansas State. That makes now 4 Elite 8 losses in the modern era of the 64-team tournament in a row for K-State, the last 3 being harder to explain to Butler, to Loyola Chicago, and now FAU. But there are reasons, and as Jerome Tang mentioned, he would have loved to have seen a game in which Keontae Johnson didn't foul out in 18 minutes of play, but that's not what the referees had in store. In fact, you can never control the referees. You can't control an opponent getting lucky shots in. You can't control the little kid on the other team having an out-of-the-world performance. You can't always control those things. What you can control can cost you games, though. And sometimes you have to overcome the things you can't control. And honestly, K-State wasn't good enough at that. If you want a reason why K-State lost, it wasn't some curse, which it could be, but it probably wasn't. It wasn't the fact that the referees didn't let Keontae Johnson play. It wasn't that the referees let Vlad Golden, the big man for FAU, run wild. No, it wasn't any of that. 44-22. That's the rebounding disparity in the game. Now, you can blame some of that maybe on how the officials called Golden, letting him roam free in the middle and do whatever he wanted. But at the end of the day, if you really go back and watch that game, in key possessions down the stretch, K-State got beat to loose balls, whether it's coming off the rim or just on the floor, whether it was after a shot or after a free throw. K-State got out-hustled and outworked by FAU. And compounding that was the fact that K-State just flat out missed some chances to make easy baskets, which happens in every game, but there was one play in particular in this game, and I don't even want to mention the person's name because I don't want people thinking I am somehow blaming him for the loss. But when your best and most consistent players at the rim misses a layup, a foul then immediately leads to 2 other points for the opponent. That 4-point swing kind of seems huge in a 3-point loss. Control what you can control. And if you can't control that, you probably aren't going to win. And in this case, it was rebounding and getting beat to loose balls. There's your explanation why K-State's going home and FAU, congratulations Owls, are going to the Final Four.